if there's something that I could remove from today's world, it would be the phone. Maybe a smartphone, just remove the smartphone. Um, because I feel like we're being enslaved to our phones. I think phones are useful, call and text. You can make plans. If there's an emergency, you could call the necessary people to help you out. And that's all good stuff. There's a big, big difference between living with your phone than living on your phone. And, I know people that they live on their phones and they're enslaved to it, 10 hours a day. Like, that's insane. You only got 24 hours in a day, so almost 50% of your life is just going to be, looking at your phone, scrolling and scrolling. Because you can't make the point, I'm connected, I'm texting my friends and whatnot. Look, if you want to make plans, if you want to hang out with your friends, if you want to say, hey, what's up, FaceTime them even, that should only take like 30 minutes, an hour, maybe 2. But that's it. Anything past 2 hours, unless, you're making business calls all the time, 2 hours is more than enough. You have to be present, Like, again, the phone is a tool. A phone is a tool, so we use it to our advantage. But the moment that we're overusing it, that we're addicted to it, the phone it stimulates you, and we're addicted to this stimulation. And it's just, again, like, we have to be able to control our own lives, which, it creates a lot of pressure. Like at work, there was a study too that was like, that they were finding out that these corporations were making their employees work overtime, not paying them because, they're on the phone, worrying about stuff all the time because the world is so easily connected now with the phone. Having all these food apps, all these memberships and whatnot, like on your phone, like you get these notifications thrown at you all the time. Oh, 50% off, Big Mac, go and get it, And we do, we react to what we see, So, like movies too, like, I don't know why, but nowadays I can't really find any good movie unless it's like super old, which is crazy, like it goes into, it's just all this time that we could, be out and about, exploring this world, or, just relaxing or hanging out with friends, your neighbors. We just spend in a couch looking at screens. And I feel like it just takes out the soul in us. It just goes into TikTok, and all these, reels, short videos. Like these people that are on their phones for 8, 10 hours, they're just looking at brain rot videos, and they don't think twice about them. And they're just so overstimulated, they have nothing to react, nothing to say. And it's weird because it's almost like a switch. Because I know people that when they're on their phones, you could talk to them, hey, yo, do you want to do this? Or do you want this? And they're like, they just won't react to you because they're so glued to their phone. And then the moment they put their phone away, I'm talking about their phone away completely. I'm not talking about face up on the table and being attentive to every message they get. That's still living on your phone. So put the phone away once you don't need it. You made the plans, you communicate with your friends, hey, let's meet up. Now you're with your friends. Throw the phone away. You don't need it. Let other people live their life. You got to be present in your life. You got to be with your friends. That's why you use your phone to connect. And now you're connected in person. So put your phone away. And those same people that would be on their phones for 10 hours, let's say, the moment they put their phone away, they become alive. Like, they start cracking up jokes, and you look at them and you're like, damn, like, this is who, that's great energy. Like, if only, you didn't use your phone much. Like, look at, look at your behavior nowadays. Like, look how you're acting. Look how alive you are. And, that's great. Like, all these amazing conversations that you could be having, all this, excellent, fun time that you should be having. But instead, you're enslaved to a phone. Like, and it also takes away kind of like the ambition. I feel like people have become so lazy with phones because, like, let's say, you're hanging out with friends and you get done with doing an activity. And now, instead of, thinking, you're like, oh, what should we do next? Let's go and do the next thing. Or just like, I'm too lazy to, think of what we should do, so let me just go on my phone. Oh, check Instagram, check this app. Oh, I didn't call anybody. I'm not responding to no important text. And look, if someone wants to communicate and it's important to call, they're gonna call you. And if they don't, then it's not that important. So you don't have to respond. Just because someone texts you doesn't mean you have to go and respond as soon as possible. And if it's, your partner and you're forced to respond, then they're probably toxic. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, and being on our phones, being on TV, watching television, where we expose ourselves to all this advertising and all this bullshit. But I mean, yes, we do react to it and we buy all this unnecessary stuff. But the point of this video is to live, to put your phone away and be present. When you parents too. This isn't just like it's the new generation. They're addicted to their phones. No, parents, grandparents, and I thought it was just like, damn, grandparents are slow on their phones because they don't understand technology. But I feel like no one really understands it. Like, we're all just like, brain dead, like, oh, looking at the phone, and then everything's happening around us. There's so much life going on, but the moment that we're on our phone, we're glued to it. So you're living on your phone while all this life goes around you, all these people that you could meet, all these strangers. And now, because that phone gives us the stimulation, gives us something to do while we're bored. And so we avoid the real life because it's just easier being on our phone. I'm not gonna lie. I've had days where I was on my phone for a lot of hours, and I'm not happy about it. But it just proves, that anybody could fall into the addiction. Anybody could start scrolling. Like, think about it. Also, how it stimulates you. Let's say you're really tired. You're already in your bed. You showered and everything, and you're really tired. You go, oh, let me go check my phone. Let me see if someone texted me. Oh, no one texted me. Oh, look, Instagram app is right there. Oh, it's 10 p.m. Oh, I should put it away. No, I'll just watch one video. And then another, and then another, and then another. Oh, it's 3 a.m. and I'm not even tired. I'm wide awake. The phone stimulates so much with the screens, the blue light and whatnot. And all this stimulation, all this, I don't really know what, you're seeing on your phone, but it stimulates you one way. I don't know, food, people traveling, crazy stuff. And it also affects us in a way too, like social media, which is weird, right? Again, before it was just phones and calls, so you would only be in contact with people that you really knew. And now with social media, you could follow anybody, you could look at anybody, and it's you're living other people's lives. You're on your phone, living on your phone, watching other people live. Like streamers and whatnot, or like I mean, I'm kind of hypocritical saying all this because I'm making a video right now, but I do want to send this message out. And yeah, you just watch other people live every single day instead of living your life, instead of going out to that place that you've been watching all these videos about. You go do it. Or all these cooking and whatnot. Instead of them doing it, you do it. And that's what it should be about. Also, it creates a lot of, anxiety. I would say it creates a lot of depression. it creates a lot of these negative emotions like jealousy and whatnot. I've had them before, where I just look and I'm like, damn, that's cool. I wish I was doing that. Also, kind of, creates like a void. You're like, you go on your phone, you see all this stuff going on, all these people making money, all these people super healthy, and you're just like, damn, I'm not good enough in a way. I mean, I feel like not many people admit to it, but it I feel like it happens to a lot of people because you're seeing so you're seeing what you want to see, and sometimes what you see is not who you are, and that can make you not feel enough. I just think being on social media, looking at other people's stories, is 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 unnecessary and not healthy. And then also that addiction, that habit of looking at other people makes you want to post everything that you do so you can create this fake image, this profile, this glamorous look about your life. Because no one's going to post themselves if they're not doing anything. And so when you do something that's fun, instead of being fully present, you go on your phone, you start recording it because you got to show everybody. You got to maintain this profile on social media, which is weird. It's weird, not good. There's one thing, one time I heard this person say, when have you ever watched a movie where the main character was on their phones just scrolling? And I was like, damn, we have to make our lives exciting. We have to start living. And, living is being present, not living on your phone, putting your phone away when you don't need it, and being there with the people that you love. You never know when's the last time you're going to see them. But just being present, exploring, being creative, thinking of new things that you should be doing. That whenever you're bored, instead of going straight to your phone, think, oh, what should we do? Oh, let's go out. Let's go play some sports. Let's go do this. I don't know, do some exercise. But yeah, just think about it, man. I'm sorry that the only way I could communicate this is through electronics and whatnot. But hopefully this video makes you want to turn off whatever screen you're looking at and go out and get it, go chase your dreams. If it's money, go chase it. Well, go chase whatever, go chase what you want. But in order to do that, you got to put your phone away, man. So, peace.